Well, hello and welcome to Bob's Kitchen. I'm Bob, and today we're going to make corn chowder. Really easy. We're going to take 2½ cups of yellow corn, roast it in the oven with olive oil, salt, and pepper, and while that's going, we're going to get our stock going. We have bacon, garlic, celery, bell peppers, potato, really awesome. But what tops it off is the shrimp. We have some deveined shrimp here, and we're going to brine it in lime juice and lemon juice. So while we're working on the rest of the recipe, this is going to be refrigerating and actually cooking in the acids of the lemon juice. Really cool trick. Let's get started. The first step is getting our corn in the oven roasting. 2½ cups of yellow sweet corn. We're just going to hit it with the salt and pepper and olive oil and throw her in the oven. Then we'll just stir that to coat it and get it in the oven at 350 for 10 to 15 minutes. Let's get our shrimp all brined up. We're going to take the juice of 2 limes and a lemon, squeeze it over it, toss it up with some salt and pepper, and put it in the refrigerator for an hour. Here's a cute trick. If you really want to get the juice out of a lemon or a lime, just roll it on the cutting board, and that gets the juice rolling. And then we're just going to slice this and squeeze that juice over our shrimp. Now that our corn is in the oven and our shrimp is brining in the refrigerator, we can get started with our stock. We're going to start with your basic ½ cup of chopped bacon in a medium pan with just a little bit of olive oil. Brown the bacon, then remove it and cook everything else up in that delicious bacon fat. So here's our ½ cup of bacon, and it's getting nice and crispy, but you see this lovely brown color it's leaving on the bottom of the pan. When we add our chicken stock later, that's all going to get lifted up, and that delicious pork fat flavors going to get added, adding a fair amount of smokiness to our soup. Our bacon's done, and what we're going to do is we're going to take this out of the pot in a slotted spoon and separate it out, because we're going to use it on top of our soup later, leaving the fat in the pan to start our soup. Now, what I have here is a diced chipotle pepper, and all a chipotle pepper is a smoked jalapeno. Needless to say, a little goes a long way. So I took 2 chipotle peppers and finely diced them, and I'm going to add this to the green bell pepper, red bell pepper, celery, and garlic that's cooking in that bacon fat. So here's our vegetables after about 5 minutes, and you can see the liquid is coming out of the peppers and it's starting to pull all that lovely brown bacon fat flavor off the base of the pan. We've added our chipotles, and now we'll add our roasted corn. Our roasted corn, it's come out of the oven. We coated it with olive oil, salt, and pepper, and this is perfect. It's softened up, and the flavor is really going to burst out of this when we add it to our soup. Sweet corn, nothing better. Let's get going. So here's our vegetable stock all cooked down, and you can see that lovely roasted corn, our bell peppers, our celery, and you know, it's taken on that sweet flavor, but it's also got the smokiness of those 2 chipotle peppers. This is going to be awesome. One of the places you can be healthier when making this kind of creamy soup is chicken stock. Make sure that you get low sodium and fat free. A lot of chicken stocks out there, particularly the bouillon cubes, are almost entirely sodium and just a little bit of chicken. So make sure you go healthy on the chicken stock. The next step in our recipe is adding our potatoes and our chicken stock and letting the potatoes cook for about 20 minutes. We're going to cover the pot and cook it on medium heat for about 20 minutes. All we're doing here is letting all those flavors continue to mix and softening our potatoes. When we're done, we're going to add our cream and our shrimp, cook it for about another 10 minutes, and we're going to have a great bowl of soup. So after 20 minutes, our potatoes should be ready, and here's a quick way to test it. Just grab a forkful, and if these potatoes smash with the fork like they're doing here, see how they just smash with the fork? They're perfect, and we're ready to move on. And the final step before adding our shrimp into our soup is slowly mixing in a pint of heavy cream. This tool here is one of the coolest things in my kitchen. It's an immersion blender. We're going to turn it and put it in the soup, and it'll break up all the bigger pieces of potato and pepper, give us a nice smooth soup to add our shrimp to. So we're going to grab our shrimp out of the refrigerator, and we're going to let the liquid pour off of this. We're just going to strain this in the sink and then add our shrimp without the lime to our soup. So here's our brined shrimp in the salt and pepper and lime and lemon juice, and we're going to drop this in our soup. This is just going to be wonderful. So we're going to cook our shrimp in that cream for about 5 minutes, and then we'll be ready to plate it up. So our final step is getting our garnishes ready and then plating up our soup. And what I have here is some freshly diced basil. Basil this time of year is going bonkers. And it's just a lovely fresh touch to our soup. We're going to top it with a little bit of crumbled goat cheese and that crisp bacon we had from earlier. It's going to be great. Let's plate it up. So there you have it, corn chowder with citrus cured shrimp, and we've got this lovely topping of goat cheese, a tiny little splash of olive oil, fresh basil, bacon, and it's going to be a tremendous soup. Let's give it a try. Wow. Nice, rich flavor, the spice of the chipotle, the shrimp, the bacon. This is fantastic soup. Again, my name's Bob. This has been Bob's Kitchen. Have yourself a great night. So here's the carnage at the end of a Bob's Kitchen episode. Dirty dishes and stuff everywhere. But I'm the chef. Dave is the cleanup guy. Right, Dave?